Hi Scrap Addicts, it's Emma and I have got a large photo layout for you. So as you can see, the requirements for large photo were bigger than 6 by 8. Now this is slightly different. It's still a large photo because, well, it's a lot bigger than what I would normally scrap, but it's a panoramic. So let me just quickly say I am using a cut file that I bought ages ago from when Light Forever was going, and Nicola did a couple of cut file bundles, and I'm using paper, I think it was 24 from Paige Evans' Oh My Heart. I want to say Oh My Heart. But yes, so my photo is a panorama. You know, iPhones and smartphones and stuff have that feature on your cameras where you can sort of pan across and it will piece together a whole like wide screen kind of photo for you, which is great for capturing like horizons and different views and everything else, but they're really hard to do something with because if you print them in 4x6 it's way too small, you lose the effect. Like, what's the point? And unless you've got a printer at home, there's not really anything you can do with it. Now, my sort of large photo idea then was to take this panorama that I took in Barcelona and use that. So what I did was printed it on A4 photo paper, just expanded it as much as I could on Pages. I've got a Mac, so I used Pages, but you can use Microsoft Word, and just made it as big as I could on that document and then printed it on A4 photo paper. So it's really easy. So this size is, I think it's just bigger than 4 inches high and about 11 1/4 inches wide, possibly. So what you've just watched me do there is cut apart, though, that on that paper 24 there's all the different squares of patterns, which I really like. They're really versatile, but I didn't want the ones with like cat faces or foxes or like the animals on, basically. So I cut those out and then backed all the hearts with those squares. And then you saw me at the end there put washi tape over the back because I didn't trust my glue. So I used a washi that I'm not really fussed about and just made sure all of those pieces are secure on the back. So I do realise that my photo is going to cover up 2 rows of the hearts that I've backed, and you're probably thinking, Emma, why did you even back them if you're going to cover them up? And honestly, I don't know. I suppose I could say my reason was if I hadn't have backed them, then there would have been holes there and nothing for my glue to stick to, so I would have had to back them anyway. But really, I just wasn't thinking. So here we are starting with embellishing. Now, with a large photo, sometimes, like, I like quite a sort of clean kind of look. I struggle to get there sometimes, but I like a clean look. So where to start with embellishing was a bit of a struggle, but in my panoramic photo, on the right hand side, I'd somehow managed to get a man in there. I don't know who he was. He was just looking at the view as well. But I needed to cover him up. I didn't want him there. So I'm using some ephemera from Crepe Paper Oasis. And I've just used a tag and that gorgeous camera die cut. I've been hoarding that. There's also a chipboard piece that's very similar, and that one still hasn't been used. So I've started that cluster to cover up the man, and then I needed to balance it out. So I've started putting some stuff on the top left-hand side of the photo as well. And that brown piece says road trip. Now, it wasn't a road trip because it's Barcelona, so we flew. So I'm just covering up that road bit with a few more pieces. So I'm bringing in some navy and a pink heart, which is from Maggie Holmes' Chasing Dreams. So yeah, that's just going to sort of create my cluster there. Once I kind of had an idea of what I was doing, this came together pretty quickly, but it was a bit of a struggle at times. 1, because I'm not used to working with such a large photo, and 2, because I'm not used to working with a cut file. Like, I don't have a Cameo, so I can't cut my own files. It's not something I regularly do. And I'd kind of forgotten about that piece in my sort of collection of bits. I bought a cut file bundle from Light Forever ages ago, and I just never got around to using it because I always looked at it and thought, I don't know what to do with that. So I really liked the way this came together with backing it with all the different patterns. And all I did when I was doing that was just tried to make sure that I didn't have two hearts of the same colour next to each other. So really easy. I'm using some Dear Lizzie foam thickers to spell out my title, which is Best View Ever. And because they're a white foam, I thought they looked really nice just like at the top of the photo, so you've got that contrast with the sky. And then I also had the inside pieces from the cut file, so all the hearts that were cut out. And I'm just using some foam to pop those up, and I'm just going to kind of offset them just as a little bit of interest. I kind of like the white on white aspect, but then you can kind of see it peeking over the pattern paper. I think it looks, I like it. I think it looks good. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave you with some close-ups. You'll see me tappy in a minute because I wondered, I got out my pencil case because I wondered whether to put like my black doodly board around the outside, but then I thought no, I like it as it is. It's clean, don't mess with it, don't do too much. So yeah, I'm going to leave you with some close-ups. Remember to share and tag UK Scrap Addicts if you challenge yourself by using a large photo or anything like that. We would love to see them, and we do repost different people's layouts who are using the hashtag on Instagram, so please do, and pop over and check out some of the other girls' videos as well, because we've got lots of different ideas of using those large photos. So until next time guys, bye.